Hey everybody, Lawrence here. We're gonna try this again. I literally just spent 46 minutes talking to myself. I don't know what happened. No idea. Technical issue, but we're here. I guess we'll try to go through everything quickly because it's kind of late now, but not the end of the world. Thanks for everybody for being patient. I am a human being. I do make mistakes. I really don't know what happened tonight. But I was there nattering along, and I have this little counter which shows how many people are watching the stream. And I saw all the thumbs up, but the viewer eye showed zero, and I thought, oh, maybe it was a problem with the streaming software, but probably it was just user error ID100T, which means idiot. It was probably on me. Yes, and I was seeing all the comments. It was a weird thing. I was seeing all the comments, but I was nattering on about a bunch of different things, and I couldn't. I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. So, anyway, what are we gonna do? I guess we'll. Should we go through everything again? Do you want to hear everything that I just spouted on for the last 45 minutes? I went through a lot of things. I went through the peer-to-peer news. I went through the cryptocurrency. I went through the stocks and shares news. And I showed you my entire positions for cryptocurrency, what I'm holding, and stocks and shares. Showed you some charts on the cryptocurrency, so I guess I'll just run through it again. And if you want to hang out, you can hang out, and if it's too much for you, you can watch it back on the stream later. But anyway, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, wherever you are in the world. The shake is almost gone. It's a green shake tonight. It's actually pretty good. They had a big scoop of peanut butter, some yogurt, spinach, celery, broccoli, good stuff. So yeah, the other thing too is we could come back tomorrow. The stream could happen tomorrow. Do I want to do it tomorrow? I don't know. We could start again next week. Absolutely. I'm gonna run through things really quick. That's what I'm gonna do. And if you want to hang out and listen, you can. If not, totally cool. Come watch it later. I don't think I'm going to do a stream tomorrow because I have a pretty busy work day. So let's run through everything. Let's get started. You know who you are. Hi to everybody. I'm not going to go through the hellos today because we're super late. Loan pad update. Oh, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up again if you can, so I don't have to nag you about it. So, loan pad up to 47 loans now from 44 last week. Their loan book security is now up to £54 million, so they continue to move forward. They have... Oh, there's going to be a CEDA's launch on the crowdfunding. I'm a little confused on it. What do I hear? Oh, it's me. I hear myself. I don't know why. I'm a little discombobulated. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what's going on today. Anyway, let me turn off the YouTube stream. There we go. That's why I can see the YouTube stream. Yeah. So what do I think about CEDA's? I'm fully supportive of what LoanPad is doing. I think they have a great business. I think they're going to continue to do well. They're still in my top 5 list. Am I a CEDA's investor? Absolutely not. I don't do crowdfunding on CEDA's. I know people that do and have done really well off their shares. I think it's a pretty big gamble. I see better opportunities personally where I could put the money, to invest in things like that. But do I support Louis and LoanPad? Absolutely, 100%. Totally support and love what he's doing over there, but personally won't probably be putting any money into CEDA's through crowdfunding. Just not my thing. Okay, lending works. So I logged on today. I wanted to look at the rates. 4% flex, 5.5% growth. They're getting back into where they were before. But what I couldn't see, and maybe somebody can help me out with this. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Maybe I'm silly. But I couldn't see a withdraw button anymore. It looked like it was gone. And I clicked through the dashboard. I was trying to withdraw some money that was sat in a wallet. If anybody has any idea where that withdraw button has gone, please stick it in the chat because I have no idea where it's gone. Archover has a 5-day cooling off period for investors they're going to be introducing. I love that for investors. Give people a chance to change their mind. Probably a bit of an administration pain in the rump for them, but that was interesting to me. Assets capital, we had a discount of 0.09% this morning. Lowest I've ever seen it. What that means to me is that things are stabilizing. Not as many people are trying to get out. They've announced that the platform has seen a substantial reduction in borrowers that are requiring forbearance, and especially property developers. So again, that means that the platform is starting to really settle down. They're going to be reducing their fee that they're charging as investors over the next period of months, which is a good thing. We'll see what happens with them. I do have some concerns about these CBILS loans. There's been a report out saying that a lot of the bounce back loans, the BBLS loans, they're going to have some serious defaults happening with those because they're 100% guaranteed by the government. Lenders are just probably giving them out like they were sweets, and who people were getting them without any plan of actually, paying them back. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too, how that's going to affect us as taxpayers, and also how it might affect peer-to-peer lending companies. But assets, again, 0.09% discount. If you want to get out of your quick access account, you can do that for very, very cheap. LendInvest is saying landlords have a growing appetite for HMOs. High multiple occupancy homes and buildings. Not a fan. I've invested them in the past, talked about it last week. I think it's very hard to keep them tenanted. Also, a lot of wear and tear on the buildings when you have tenants that are staying for 2 months, moving in and out. They don't tend to take care of the building well. Why would they? They're not there for very long. It's not theirs. They don't really care. So HMOs, not my bag. I don't think I'd be investing in them myself again. Haven't done well with them at all. Some people have. I just, for some reason, haven't. What else? Fitzrovia Finance, talked about this last week, closing its peer-to-peer business and winding down its loan book. Again, I can't remember if I mentioned that last week, actually, which is why I put it on the list this week. But I don't really know much about Fitzrovia. They were never on my radar, so it was kind of a little bit of insignificant news. My top 5 peer-to-peer and investment stuff, it's really the same. It hasn't changed. It's LoanPad, Assets Capital, Cufflink, Unbolted, LendInvest, and Crowd Property will sneak in there at the bottom. So nothing's changed. I don't really expect it to change anytime soon. CBILS, so let's talk about those loans. There's this business processing software provider target group has predicted that up to 60% of BBLS government-backed bounce-back loans will never be repaid since they are 100% guaranteed by the government. Guess who's paying for that? It is you and me, the taxpayers. We are going to be footing the bill for these defaults, which is a reason why I'm telling you right now that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is a good place to be looking at, I believe, because the government is just printing more and more money. And, when they printed out these BBLS loans, you are going to have to pay it back as a taxpayer. And it's just getting to be ridiculous right now with the debts and what's going on in the countries. I'm going to show you this world debt clock, which I think is super fascinating. The reason why you want to really be paying attention to cryptocurrency right now. Let's look at the UK on this list. 3.5 trillion pounds in national debt. Look at it going up every second. It is just going higher and higher and higher. And the taxpayer we'll probably never be able to pay this back. The only way to pay it back is to raise taxes. As long as they keep printing more and more money, this is going to keep on going up and up and up. The US, you can see right here, $27.9 trillion in national debt. It's crazy. And again, this is why people are going into Bitcoin. This is why you're seeing this explosion in cryptocurrency, because they're understanding that to be invested into an asset which is not tied to a government is going to be the key in the future. Because these numbers are just going to keep rising and rising and rising and rising. And it's really fascinating if we look at the US, for instance, debt numbers here. I want to show you something very interesting. You can go to usdebtclock.org and you can look at the different countries and their debt. But let's look at this right here. This US total interest paid. This is the U.S. total interest paid, including household, business, state, local government, financial institution, and the federal government, right? Total debt right here. This is what the total debt of the U.S. is. It's crazy, right? Debt down here held by foreign countries, $7 trillion. I mean, it just blows my mind. This is quite fascinating right here. Interest on debt, $394 billion of interest being paid right here. Continues to rise. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like to see this. This just makes me want to put more and more money into cryptocurrency right here. Because this is not stopping, and it's not stopping for the UK either, right? These numbers are just going to keep going. Obviously, this isn't the exact number. This is kind of an estimate, but it's very sort of accurate to what's going on right now. And for everybody that's poo-pooing this whole cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, look at these national debt numbers. This is just one piece of the cryptocurrency puzzle of why having a digital asset secure a value of Bitcoin that is not connected to the government. Every time they print money, they are devaluing your pound and your dollar, so everything you hold in cash is becoming worth less. The only way you can protect yourself is to have different types of assets that are not connected to these currency rates and pounds and things like that. They're not good to hold right now. So, and they won't be in the future because these numbers are never going to go back down. The government will keep on bailing out businesses, people themselves by printing money. And, you know, the BBLS loans are just a great example of this happening right now, that the government has paid out billions and billions of pounds from BBLS loans that you're going to have to front when they default. And that's what the government does. They print money and they throw money at a problem. So anyway, that's the way it is. So also I want to talk about this week, diversification, how important that is in investing. A lot of people out there have said, well, I like individual stocks. I'm always talking about index trackers versus buying individual stocks and shares. I want to show you what's going on with the markets today. We've seen a bit of a red day. S&P 500 down 0.42%, right? You can look at the FTSE too if you want to. I know some of you are big FTSE fans out there. I am not. Myself, I do not invest in the FTSE because I don't like it. But let's see what the FTSE has done today. FTSE is actually in the green. So no, wait, maybe that's a tracker. Anyway, let me look at the numbers on the FTSE real quick. Just make sure that's accurate. No, FTSE is in the red, minus 1.4%. So let's see if I pulled up the wrong FTSE 100. Show me the index. That's what I want. There we go. So you can see here the S&P 500 down 0.42%, the FTSE down 1.4%. Now, what I want to explain to you is about diversification. You know, the idea of piling into individual stocks and the risk that comes along with that. You know, I'm a big tracker fan. If I own a tracker, probably going to see my tracker down 0.5% today. Here are some of the stocks that I own in the Trading 212 portfolio. You can see what a hit they've taken today. This was actually not too bad, but Magnite's one of my biggest holdings, minus 3%. And then ACB, Aurora Cannabis, down 6.9%. And then one of the other companies too, LPI, Laredo Petroleum, down 8.92%. So this is why diversification within your investments is so important. The tracker is going to get hit in a minor way, right? You're not going to see the huge upside that you will in a very big bull market, but you're also not going to get hit by these 8%, 9% drops that happen. See 6.7% here. Aurora, LPI, oil 8.9%. This is why it's so key not to move away from the course too much. Now, obviously, it's okay to make adjustments as you would with peer-to-peer lending. If you see a peer-to-peer lending company that you don't really like and you see it's doing things you don't necessarily agree with, it's okay to move away. It's okay to do that with stocks and shares, but make sure that you stay diversified. Don't chase too much. I'll give you a personal example of something I chased that was stupid. GameStop, got in at the wrong time, ended up selling for a loss. I think I lost about 700 pounds on that. Trying to jump on the bandwagon at the wrong time. Partially, I didn't really do it for the money. I did it more for the camaraderie of, hey, let's stick it to the hedge fund. But it was a very emotional decision, and I moved away from what I would normally do, and it ended up costing me not a huge amount because I didn't have too much in it. But if you make those emotional decisions and veer off course from your strategy, it can really burn you and hit you in the pocketbook. So yeah, I don't recommend doing that at all. Yeah, if you have comments about that, tell me about maybe something that an emotional investment that you've made that's ended up being a wrong move, because I've made a couple in my time, that's for sure, especially with the stocks and shares. And I have deviated a little bit away from the index trackers. I still have a good portion of my entire investment net worth in index trackers, but I've definitely taken on some more risks with these single shares inside the Trading 212 portfolio and outside of that. And it's been definitely volatile. It's been a lot more volatile. I'm going to show you my positions too that I'm holding right now, all of them, in the cryptocurrency and the shares. Well, let's talk about what's going on. Crypto had a big week. Ethereum up 5.6% today. If you have not gotten on this bandwagon, what can I say? You know what my feelings on cryptocurrency are. There's no definite what's going to happen in the future, but I'm a big believer in Bitcoin. Actually, a 0.39% today. You've seen it's been a big week. You up about 15%. It's kind of crazy. This is Coinbase Pro, by the way. This is the pro trading platform where I tell you to, if you're buying cryptocurrency, do it on here because it's a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper than Coinbase regular. You're going to pay 0.5% in a trading fee versus 3% on Coinbase if you want to buy cryptocurrency. This is the date here that Elon Musk announced that Tesla had bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. You can see this big price spike right now. We almost hit 35,000 pounds. Actually, sorry, more than that. We're at 37,000 right now. We are up to almost 38,000 up here. I think you're still in the infancy. If you think, well, it's too late for me, Bitcoin's gone up so much this year. This is the beginning of what I think is going to be the future of the cryptocurrency revolution. I don't think it's too late. I bought this week at $49,000. I bought some more Bitcoin. The play for me personally is from Ethereum to try to get some gains in Ethereum and then eventually move everything over to Bitcoin because that's really the coin that I believe in the long term is going to be the one we are going to stake our futures on. The other coins, I'm not really certain which ones will survive and which are going to do well. Those are more of a speculative punt. Would I put my entire life savings into this stuff? Absolutely not. I have a percentage of what I'm willing to risk. But you can see Ethereum today up 5%. It's been a really good run for Ethereum. Yeah, it's very, very interesting what's going on. I'll show you two of my positions so you can see. Here, I get asked this a lot. So people have been asking me to do this on the stream. So here you go. These are my positions, what coins that I own, what the percentage returns have been like. I'm not going to put the numbers down because I'm not that intimately connected to you yet where I want to put my entire financial life out on YouTube. But this is where I am. Bitcoin, I own about 55% of everything within cryptos. And Bitcoin, up about 114%. Ethereum, up 54%. 25% of what I own is in Ethereum. So just those two coins alone make up about 80% of what I own. And then the rest of them, these are all speculative coins that I don't know what they're going to do in the future. But these are the ones that I've researched and that I like. Chainlink, 6.2% of my portfolio, up 165%. Just that was good timing. I happened to get in at a good price point. Same with synthetics. I bought these two at the same time. They both perform really well. They make up a little bit less than 10%. The graph was something that I bought over the last week. Only 3% worth of the portfolio. Again, I'm looking for possible 10 times 10x's on these coins. And if I hit that point, I'll sell them. Probably sell them all out and just put it all into Bitcoin at that point, no matter what the price is. Ripple I've had for several months. That's the one that's struggling with the SEC lawsuit. I believe that once the lawsuit has been hopefully dismissed, that this coin is absolutely going to shoot off in crazy ways. Litecoin, I've had that for since 2017. It's not really done anything. Only up about 8%, small percentage of my holdings. Cardano, this was a buy this week. 1.5% of the portfolio. So it's gone up a 13%. And then Ren I bought yesterday again. Really small amount. Down a little bit. And Dogecoin as a joke. Just bought a little bit to sit on it to see what it does. So those are my exact holdings that I hold in cryptocurrency. And then here are my stocks and shares holdings right now. Let me take off this because this is totally not relevant. Probably, yeah, it's not really relevant, but I've got my crypto and cash also listed on here. But I'll run through these real quick if you want to do some research on these on your own and see if they're something that you think you might want to buy into. This is exactly what I hold. Apple needs no introduction. ACB, that's Aurora Cannabis. APA is Apache. That's a gold and oil exploration company. I'm kind of more into the oil at the moment. I think it's a cyclical thing that we're going to see a big uptick on over the next year. These two ARK ETFs. I generally don't hold ETFs because I don't like the fees, but these ARK ETFs are pretty very forward thinking. So I think they're going to do well in the future. AYX is Ultrix, that's in the trading 212 portfolio. BCYC, that's Bicycle Therapeutics. It's a biomedical company. What else we got here? Editus, that's another biomed company I've held for a few months. Has done really well. GDXJ is gold, junior gold mining ETF. Again, don't really have a lot in there. It's more of a positional play, just to have a bit of a hedge with gold. Not a big fan of gold at all, but again, about diversification. GameStop, I did have a few shares, but that's gone now. JP Morgan, we sold that this week. I think it was about 22% up. We didn't have much in there, but exited out of there and actually put it into LPI and LEU. These two right here, energy stocks. KMI is Kinder Morgan. And then we have these energy stocks. LEU is Centrus Energy and LPI is Laredo Petroleum. So, a decent sized holding in there. I expect LPI is going to do really well. It's down quite a bit today, so a bit of an chance to buy in at a discount. Lloyds Bank is up about 50% in the portfolio, makes up a relatively small amount. MGI has done really well. That's been, I think, up close to 300%. That is the company that does buying and selling of ad space online and make it easier for companies to buy ad space online. I had a little bit of Norwegian Cruise Line that is actually gone. Sold out of that this past week. NIO, electric car company from China, pretty speculative. I don't really trust Chinese companies too much. Look, not trying to be stereotypical to say anything bad about Chinese people, but it's China, right? The government could get a hold of anything at any time. I do write covered call options on this NIO stock because the premiums are crazy. You can get about 10% premiums on them, so I've been writing covered calls on them and just taking the premiums. Would I hold it long term? Probably not for more than a year. NTLA is another therapeutic biomedical company. It's done pretty good. Oxy is a oil and gas exploration. I think it's Occidental. I forgot the name. Yeah, Occidental Petroleum. Had a little bit of Pfizer stock, but more for dividend plays and again for writing covered call options against them. But it just really wasn't moving that much, and I think the money's better. For me, is better into a little bit more aggressive shares where I think I can make a better return. Regenix, that's another therapeutical biomed company. Sea Unlimited, we got rid of at a pretty good profit. I think it was up 60%, but didn't have much. So trying to clean up the trading 212 portfolio a little bit. Instead of having these small positions, just ended up selling Sea Unlimited for a profit. TLW is Tulo Oil. That's in the trading 212, which I'll show you in a minute. Very small position. And then Tesla. Tesla is, I think it's $791 today. And $788. I have a sell position at 750 US. If it drops to that point, I'll just get rid of it and take the profits. Trade Desk, we got rid of that last week. I had a small position. And then these are the US index trackers right here. So you can see this one, VTSAX. So we've got 60% in those two trackers and another 6%, 3% up here in a bond tracker. And then this is another bond tracker here. And then this one is a Vanguard International tracker. So, about like 65, 66% in index trackers still. So good majority. That's about my comfort level there, about 60, 65% in index trackers. To try to take advantage of this bull market. Again, if the market corrects backwards like it has today, you're going to see these single shares just get punished a lot more severely than you will the entire markets. But yeah, that's my complete position. Again, if you want to learn more about that, I'm going to put this on the Financial Thing website under the Where Do I Invest link. And you can check it out. You can replay this too, and if you want to do any research into those shares. And I'm not going to go too much into depth as to why I own them, because that would take way more than an hour. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. And I'll show you the trading 212 portfolio. I put a video up a few days ago, and it was up over 80%. Again, we've had a pullback, but you can see really quick what's doing well here. Laredo, 27.5%. I actually bought some more of this today when it was on discount. Today it is down 8.8%, so I bought a little bit more. Magnite up 269%, was up over 300%. You can see how it's kind of pulled back from its high up here of 60, just a little bit less than $64. So you can get that on almost a $10 discount if you have cash and you're looking for something to invest in. MGNI, do your research. Centrus Energy so far not really done much. We're 11% in the red. Tesla's up 80%. It was actually almost over 100%, but we've had a 20% pullback. This is the Tulo Oil. This is a British oil and gas exploration company. Very speculative, very high risk, but kind of a bit of a shot in the dark. Aurora Cannabis was up. You can see up over here at its high point, $18. So we had a $6 pullback. We were up, I think, 30 or 40% at one point. Again, that's the volatility and the risk of buying these single stocks, as you're going to see these big fluctuations. But if you can make it a manageable part of your portfolio, if you're into buying these single stocks, which if you're not a very advanced investor, I would recommend not doing this and sticking to, index trackers, because you're not going to have to worry about the emotional highs and lows that come across investing like this. It's not, I don't have hundreds of thousands of pounds in this. If I did, I'd be probably losing my mind right now. But you can see how much this has pulled back from up here, 18 US dollars down to 12. But I think this will come back, so I'm going to hold on to it for now. So yeah, the portfolio is up 67%. We were up over 80 just a few days ago, so it's been pretty volatile, but I mean, it's still a great return versus the index tracker, which I think is up 16%, which for September the 23rd to today, 16% is pretty monumental. So I think most people would be very, very happy with a 16% return in just, what are we talking about? Five months. But in a effort to try to really knock out the ballpark, we've set up this portfolio and having a good stab at it. So that is the update on the Trading 212 portfolio. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm giving you my entire portfolio rundown right here. If you can hit that thumbs up again, please do that for me. Join the Facebook group too. Love to see you over there. By the way, if you're on the Facebook group and you see somebody that's spamming the group or is direct messaging you from Nigeria or wherever they are, please let me know and I will kick them out and block them. Sometimes I don't always see all of the messages, so yeah, just let me know. So if you have questions or comments, put them in. What is it? 33 minutes. We'll actually be well under an hour today. I've been really running through. I'll just say hi to everybody real quick. Chimpo Naughty, Darren, Mike Powell, David Alderman, Mike is here, Dave Allard, Aki Chap, Bong76, Photography. Oh my God, where have you been? I was there the whole time. I mean, I was just talking to myself apparently. It was funny. I saw all these thumbs up and I was looking at a zero viewing. I don't know. I'll get the tech sorted out next week so that doesn't happen again. I think I need to update the software. I've been ignoring it because I've been lazy. I've been busy working on other things, but I'm here anyways. Yes, I was seeing all the comments. Absolutely, Mike Powell. Good evening to you, Alan Toombs. Paul New is here. Watson Lawrence's shake. You've already seen it. It's pretty gross. Disgusting. Look at that. If you want to, it's just foam now at the bottom, but it's very delicious though. Try it out. Peanut butter, celery. Celery is a superfood, by the way, if you don't know that. It's very good cancer fighting properties. Raw broccoli, cucumber, hemp seed for some extra calories because I'm a skinny bloke and I have trouble keeping on weight. And some protein powder. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, blueberries and yogurt too. Really cool. There you go. Alan Toon says, assets capital, is this sound like? Assets capital, still not writing new loans. I'm willing to say when it might start again, because they're busy doing these government loans. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Mike said, you invest in GameStop on false principle but not in a business you actually believe in seems slightly odd. Hey, you know what? The way that here's my thinking, okay, Mike. My portfolio as a whole, where I had the GameStop shares, is really in the black. It had done very well. And I took a little shot in the dark gamble based on principle. Yes, it was a silly thing to do, but I also felt like, you know what, let's stick it to the man a little bit. I bought some Dogecoin too, not because I believe in Dogecoin long term, even though it could. I mean, the people power Dogecoin. There's no sensibility behind it, but that coin could go to $1 one day. It's probably unlikely, but it could. So it was a principal play. I'll admit that, and it was probably not the smartest financial decision, but I'm a human being, and I just don't always get it right. So there you go. Darren says, maybe a great global reset will involve defaults on debts and writing them off. Yeah, maybe. That's exactly what's needed. Maybe that's Bitcoin. Maybe that is the global reset. You know, there's a lot of people believe that it will be. Dave says, keep money in stocks and shares, don't hold cash. Agree. Well, I would hold some cash. You know, you may need some for an emergency. And if you hold everything in stocks and the stock market dumps 30%, yeah, you might want to have a little bit of cash as a hedge. My general rule of thumb is 3 to 6 months of your living expenses in cash, and not too much more than that. Paul New brought at £10,000, very, very happy. I presume you talk about Bitcoin. Paul says, do I think these governments want to become bankrupt? No, I don't think so. I think they don't know how to handle their finances, and they are just going to keep printing money. Yeah. Anyone buy that cannabis stock that went up 350%, 850% in 3 days? I did not. No. I don't know which one that is. Is that Tilray? Crazy. Yeah. Mike says the whole GameStop thing was a complete con. Most of the driving force behind it were professional traders, and several hedge funds made big money. SEC investigates some of the rampers. Yeah, I think you could say it was a con, but it was also a good example of how the stock markets can be manipulated and moved by a force together. So there you go. Stock market doesn't always run on fundamentals, for sure. Kid plays Radom. That's interesting. WYD. What are you doing? What are you doing, kid who plays Radom? We're talking about investing. If you're a young kid, you should be investing. Buy some Bitcoin. Is there supposed to be something on the screen? Nothing is displaying. Please tell me. Can you not see this? You should be able to see. You should be able to see my screen, right? You see that? Maybe we're just having crazy technological problems tonight, and it's just not my night. If you want to see anything, nothing except you on the screen. Oh, geez. Oh, dear. I'm just having a bad day today. I don't know. Let's see. Squashing his hobnobs. First picture on screen. I don't know. Tell if I didn't show you anything you wanted to see it, tell me right now in the chat what you wanted to see. I'll put it back on the screen. I think it was. I mean, look. Here's the trading 212 portfolio. You can surely see that, right? This is the portfolio, right? And then here is the positions in crypto. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, those are the positions. These are the stock positions. Are you covered by my head? There we go. Those are the stock positions. There's a lot of them. Oh, there you go. If you didn't get to see that before, I apologize. It's just one of those. You know, I haven't had my tea today. That's the problem. Money thing administration proposals pending at CH Company's House, probably due tomorrow. Sneak peek at Peter Piff Frank. Yeah, I'll be interested to look at that. Akichak is gonna. Oh, here we go. Can you start over again, please? Yes, we'll start. This will be start over number 3. Perseverance will land right on top of alien life. Yeah, the stock positions you couldn't see. Okay, here's the stock positions right there. There's the stock positions. Apple, Aurora Cannabis, Apache, the ARC positions, Alteryx, Bicycle, Therapeutics, Editors, GDXJ, Junior Gold Mining, JP Morgan is gone, Kinder Morgan, Centrus Energy, Lloyds Bank, Laredo Petroleum, Magnite, Norwegian Cruise Line gone, NEO, NTLA Therapeutics, Occidental, Regenerix, Tullow Oil, Tesla, and then the index trackers down here at the bottom. There you go. What a mess this week has been. The stream has been a complete disaster, but there's still 26 people watching. You know, hey, what can I say? I like to have fun with it. And by the way, we're wearing the flowery shirt because it's spring, coming into spring, and there you go. So yeah, I'm going to be interested to see this money thing proposal. I don't think it's going to be good news. I think I'll expect to be writing off more lost money thing money in the taxes next year. But you win some, you lose some. You're not going to get 100% success all the time. I was watching, what was I looking at? There was this trading graph showing MGNI, right? Magnite that I've been pretty bullish on, showing all the hedge funds how they exited out of Magnite right before it shot up into the moon. So it's pretty funny. The hedge funds, you know, they just don't get it right. They never get it right. They don't get it right. Anyway, I think that's going to do it this week. To be honest, I mean, I don't really have much else to say. It's been a mess of a stream, but I'll be back next Thursday. And hopefully everybody has a great week. You make lots of money. Look into Bitcoin. What do I make of LoanPad Cedar? Here we go. Yeah, I mean, look, the capital raising, pretty standard for companies. Not a big fan of buying shares through Cedars, but that's just me. And is there a Mars landing? I don't know. But anyway, LoanPad, I mean, I support LoanPad 100%. I think they're a great business. I think they're definitely my preferred peer-to-peer lending company, along with my others that are in the top 5. So I wish them well. I hope I'm sure they'll get 100% funded on Cedars, and hopefully people will make money on their Cedar shares. I personally don't invest through Cedars or Crowdcube myself, but you know, make of it what. If you want to have a small punt, go for it. But I can, for me, cryptocurrency is just where I'd prefer to put my money at the moment. So yeah. Better luck next week. I didn't know there was a Mars landing. Is there a Mars landing? What's going on? Mars landing, huh? Why do I not know about that? Perseverance. Oh, so this is why you've been talking about. This is why you've been talking about Mars landing and Perseverance. It doesn't look too good on Mars. It looks. Looking at this picture in it. It's not really the place I would want to go on a holiday. Just a lot of rock and some dust. Kind of looks like Gran Canaria. You know, volcanic. It's pretty good job, NASA. They're always innovating. Oh, by the way, Neil Woodford talking about launching another fund. Yeah, go Neil Woodford. That's pretty cheeky, right? You destroy one fund and then you come back and say, I think I'm going to have another stab at it. And the FCA saying, well, maybe not. Maybe we're not going to be okay with that. For once, maybe the FCA is going to do the right thing for once and protect their retail investors. But Mr. Woodford, I have to give you a little bit of a cheeky, what are you doing on that one? You know, I would not invest in Neil Woodford fund or most funds. Again, I have a very small position in an ETF, but yeah. Did you watch Trump's casino demolition in Atlantic cities? No, I did not. Maybe they should have put Woodford on the rover to Mars, send him up there and let him explore and try to find a better investment situation. Yeah, I think it's pretty cheeky. But yeah, Woodford is... Anyway, listen, I'm going to wrap it up. Apologies for the technical problems, but we did make it under an hour, even though it was almost two hours for me. I'll see you guys next week. I'll have everything sorted out by then. Glad that you got to be here for a little while. I hope you make lots of money this week. Look into Bitcoin, look into crypto, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I think it's going to be a great investment for the next 5-10 years plus. I'll never sell it because I don't want to pay the tax. Yeah, anyway, have a wonderful week. Be safe. And my discombobulated self says good night wherever you are in the world, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.